Well, chances are you or someone you know has fallen asleep while driving. A new study from AAA reveals 2 in 5 people admit to nodding off behind the wheel. KXLY4 Sally Showman had no problem finding local people who are guilty of drowsy driving. She is live tonight along I-90. Sally?
Yeah, Robin, it's interesting. As you mentioned, that study found 2 in 5 people admit to nodding off behind the wheel. I went to a local gas station and within 5 minutes talked to 5 people. 2 of those people fessed up to completely conking out behind the wheel, and many more told me they have definitely driven dangerously drowsy before.
I'm going to try to make it to Billing, our Butte.
Lynn Evensen is Missouri bound, stopping briefly at a Coeur d'Alene gas station for a couple kinds of fuel.
They have this great 5-hour energy.
That energy boost might be just as important as gas in the tank of her car. According to a AAA study, 1 in 6 fatal crashes in the United States since 1999 were the result of a drowsy driver. Evensen says she narrowly escaped one such crash.
You feel your eyes going down and you really sometimes don't really realize that you're going to sleep until something wakes you up and you know you're not where you're supposed to be, and it's the scariest feeling in the world.
2 in 5 people surveyed by AAA say they've fallen asleep at some point while driving. 4% say it happened within the last month.
I don't let it go that far. I never have.
After nearly 4 million miles driven and 60 years behind the wheel of a big rig, Joe Kirschten says the numbers don't surprise him.
Tired drivers continue to go down the road.
He says truck drivers are just as guilty as the next person.
The truck's not going straight. He's weaving a little bit, going down the road. Doesn't look like he's paying attention.
Country music and his CB keep him awake. Evensen says the memory of a near miss is enough to keep her from driving drowsy.
If you're that tired, you need to pull off and find a motel and get some rest so you don't endanger yourself or those others that are on the highway.
Now some tips from AAA on driving while drowsy. They say get at least 6 hours worth of sleep before you go on a long trip. Also travel at times when you're normally awake. Take a break about every 100 miles, and they say load up on caffeine, but remember it takes about 30 minutes for the caffeine to take effect. Live in Spokane tonight, Sally Showman, KXLY4 HT News.